Hello citizens and welcome back. This is a video, as you can see, on VAR, and let's be honest, it's destroying football. And if you've watched the channel enough, you'll know my opinions on it. You'll know how much I despise the thing and how much I don't think it actually works. Now, VAR is supposed to fix the wrongdoings in a game. It's supposed to help the referees. It's supposed to basically get the decisions right and get the outcome of a game that's supposed to be fair and probably right as well. But that being said, it just doesn't work. It doesn't do the job it's supposed to do. And again, it's brought into the forefront because of the Liverpool Tottenham game yesterday, which was an absolute, it was a mess, that Liverpool Tottenham game. Now, whatever you think of the red cards, and in my opinion, I think they were both red cards. I think Jota did two stupid things within a couple of minutes. And for me, the over the ball tackle, it was a red. It was a red. People are going on about, oh, he touched the ball. It doesn't matter. His foot went halfway up his shin, and if he'd gone with any more force, if he'd gone with any more momentum, he could have broken his leg. It's a red card no matter how you look at it, and I don't know why people are arguing that one, because there's nothing to argue. But that being said, it is what it is, and that's part of the problem with VAR, and that's part of the problem why it doesn't work. Look, it's brought into the game to get decisions right, and the thing you hear all the time is clear and obvious mistakes. Clear and obvious mistakes. But football is all subjective, and we all look at a replay and we all have different opinions, and that includes referees. They all have different opinions, which is why you get so many inconsistent decisions through a game, even with the help of video replays. So it's all subjective. So it doesn't work with clear and obvious mistakes, because what's a clear and obvious mistake? No one knows. The other problem is, of course, is that once VAR make a decision to send the referee to the monitor, most of the time he's going to agree with the VAR, because they're all pals, they're all mates. And that's why a lot of people ask for independent, people on the VAR separate to the refereeing body. And perhaps that's right. Perhaps that will help the game. But look, they go to the monitor and you see it all the time. You see the still of the tackle or of the whatever it is. You see the still of it, and as in this case, they saw the still of the foot on the shin before the replays even played back to the referee. So that's the first image the referee's greeted with. And of course, then they show it in slow motion, and everything looks worse in slow motion. But, it is one of those, the best way to do it, is to start from a few seconds back and just play it in normal time, and then show it down in replay and show from different angles or whatever it is. But regardless, that doesn't help the referees the decision, because like I said, the first thing they see is the actual offence and the actual moment of impact, and it's always going to look worse. The other issue, offside. Now, offside is an absolute shambles, and in that Liverpool Tottenham game, when I'm watching it back and I'm seeing it, to me, it looks offside. Then it comes out and says it's onside. Okay, but no lines were shown or anything like that, but you trust the VAR process has gone through, we're just not seeing on TV. And then they come out afterwards and they apologise, because, in fact, it was ruled as onside, but they thought they'd told the referee by check complete. That's what they said, check complete. They thought the goal was given, so they didn't pull it back. Even though they're watching it on the monitors at the time, they're watching it in real time. They see the referee restart with the free kick. So they start with the free kick from the offside. They don't go back and tell him, you've made a mistake, that should be a goal, which is an absolute shambles as well. It shows that they don't even communicate with each other. It shows that they have absolutely no idea what they're doing. And when you see it every time in the games anyway, when you're at the matches, the decisions that they decide and they go wrong, the referees have just gotten lazy in making their decisions, because they know VAR is there to support them. VAR is there to bail them out if need be. VAR is there to take the headline away from their decision making, because it's all going to be thrown onto that. And it's just an absolute shambles. And it's not working. It's not working how it should. And I go back again, clear and obvious mistakes. It's all subjective, so you can't even decide what's a clear and obvious mistake. It's baffling. The offside rule, that doesn't work. Sometimes it's offside, sometimes it's handball, sometimes it's not. You have absolutely no idea anymore. And I don't think the referees know anymore if it's a handball or not. They just make it up on the spot. And the thing that infuriates me, there's two things that infuriate me, and two things that I think would really help VAR. It would really help the communication between the referees, people watching the game, and the supporters. Is that the argument is there needs to be mics up. They do. The referees, we need to hear everything that happens during the game. So whether we know whether to support the referees or not in the decision they're making. But on TV, you should be able to hear everything the referee says, including to VAR. Every other sport has this. Rugby has it. Cricket has it. You know, for the stumps and things. Formula One has it. You can hear every team radio communication that goes on. Football, you need that to happen if you're going to use VAR. You need it. You definitely need it. You know, NFL has it. Hockey has it. Everything has it. Every single thing has it. So you know why the referee has made that decision. And in the other sports, it works. So in football, it would work unless the referees are completely incompetent and they're making the wrong decisions and they have no idea what they're doing, which argument be said, they probably don't know what they're doing. So that needs to happen. So the referees communicate, we hear it. Okay, so that's why they've made that decision. Fair enough, whatever. But in the stadium themselves as well, there needs to be a clear communication between the supporters. There's no point in going to a football game and you pay all that money. You're the ones at the ground in the rain, watching this game unfold in real time, and you have absolutely no idea what's going on. That should never happen. You know, the reason they've VAR is put into place is because it should go down to all the different levels, and it should be replicable or whatever the word is. It should be able to go into the conference and just work. You know, football should be the same throughout all the levels, but it's not. So in the Premier League, you get this VAR nonsense, and you know, it slows the game down. It completely takes away from the experience inside the stadium, and to boot it all, you have no idea what's going on. Because when they do a VAR check, if you've never been to a ground when it's happened, they do the VAR check, and all it does is come up on the screen, VAR check, possible handball. That's all you know. You don't hear any communication between what's happening. You don't see it on the screen. You don't get replay afterward. It's just an absolute mess because they don't want to antagonize the fans in the ground. But the thing is, you antagonize the fans in the ground more when they have no idea what's going on. We just don't know. We can't see what's happening. So we don't know what decision the referee is possibly taking or why he's doing it or whatever. You don't get replays of red cards. You don't get replays of offsides. You don't get replays of possible penalties. You don't get anything. And it's infuriating. Then you're just looking on your phone and you're trying to find out what's happening. And then you hear that, oh, it should have been a red card, or it should have been a penalty, or it should have been handball, or whatever it is. And it just makes you angry. And for a match day paying fan, that's completely wrong. And that's another reason why VAR is destroying football, because they've completely lost the basics of what football is, which is an entertainment thing. It's for the fans. And a lot of the things they do is for match day fans. You know, they don't show 3 p.m. games on TV because they don't want fans to not go to the games. But they don't respect the fans at the game enough to show them the replays of things that are happening that they should be able to see. It shouldn't take me 4 hours after the game to look on a replay to see what's happened and think, oh, well, that's wrong. It's infuriating all around. So they're doing it completely wrong, in my opinion, and they need to scrap it because it doesn't work. And I'm sure if you talk to the fans below the Premier League, in the first division, the Championship, the League One, League Two, whatever it is, they don't want VAR because not only are their games happen quicker, their games happen in real time, you know, and it's a lot more entertaining when the referees get the decision wrong and it just carries on going, I suppose, you know. I miss those days where I don't have to wait to celebrate a goal. You know, if the referee gets it wrong, whatever, it happens, you know. It's the fact they get it wrong with the video. That's the thing that annoys the fans. It's not the fact that the referee can get it wrong in real time. You know, oh, the referee might miss a tackle in the box. But when the video referee's watching it and he still agrees with the referee, even though the referee is wrong, that is what's annoying. And that is what's destroying football. It's not the referees themselves. It's not the people, you know. Well, it's the people. Because the technology, I suppose, works. Technology is giving them the thing. It's the second person refereeing the game. One person should referee the game, but there's actually multiple people refereeing the game. There's the referee, and then everyone on VAR, in wherever they're hiding. They're also refereeing the game. And when you've got that many people with their own opinion, things are going to go wrong. And that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. I think I've just worked that out. It's just too many people. It's too many, too many cooks in the kitchen, all that thing. There's too many people refereeing the game. And everyone's got their own opinion. And it's an absolute mess. Because when one person makes a decision, they just go along with it. It's a shambles. It's an absolute shambles. And the referee in the stadium has to have more nerve, have more bottle, have more... it just needs to have more backbone to make their own decision, even when VAR tells them to go look at something and they think, yeah, no, I'm going to go along with it. Because it's shocking the number of times that referees just go with the VAR decision. And another thing is that maybe VAR needs a challenge system like they do in the NFL. You get through challenges, whatever it is, or cricket. You get through challenges, you get them wrong, you don't get them back. You make a correct one, you have an extra challenge. Something like that. Because it's just terrible. It's just terrible. But yeah, I could rant on. I mean, who couldn't rant on about VAR all day? I mean, I could. That's just my opinions. Like I said, if you watch the channel enough, you'll know my opinions on it. You'll know the frustration I have with it when I'm at the game and I don't know what's going on. That's the worst thing for me, not showing the fans in the ground, because they're the first people that should understand what is happening. And if the fans in the ground don't know what's happening and they're the ones there at the time, there's something fundamentally wrong. But yeah, that's my opinion on VAR. But yeah, my opinion, like I said, my opinion on the Tottenham-Liverpool game is that there were 2 red cards should have been given, but the offside is completely wrong. And the reason they gave afterward, which is they didn't communicate with the referee that it should have been a goal, it's more appalling than just getting it wrong for me, because they're in communication all the time. There's no excuse for it. There's absolutely no excuse. But thanks for watching. Thanks for checking it out. Make sure to hit the like button. It massively helps hitting that like, so please do that. Have a nice Sunday. I'm going to try to. And see you again. Bye-bye.